This looks like the portrait from the map. And where's the treasure? Accio! Revelio! Accio! There was a doorway hidden within the portrait. I wonder what came of Arthur's search. Revelio.
Made any progress with your treasure map?
Hello, Arthur. Thought you might like to know that my map led to a doorway hidden within a portrait.
Oh, how clever! Mine led to the boathouse. Barely found the treasure before I saw the headmaster coming. He shooed me out of there, but not before I got a few galleons richer.
I found what I believe is an authentic historian's uniform.
Oh, that's lucky. Seems as though we both had success. Well, on to the next Hogwarts mystery. Wonder if a quick rummage round Weasley's office might yield anything interesting.
Incendio. There they are. She wasn't making it up. Well, Well, we've come this far. Miss Willardsy might get an answer about these butterflies.
My dream of making a better world for me.
Well, well. Look what we have here. Incendio! Confringo! Accio! Protego! Confringo! Incendio! Confringo! Ugh. Shame you're so foul. Confringo! Revelio. Revelio. Incendio. Revelio. Revelio. I know a Merlin trial when I see one. Confringo. Accio. Accio. Stupid one. Stupid one. Revelio. Reparo. Finger. Accio. Repulsor. Confringo. Expelliarmus.
You're back. Nice to see you again. Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you again.
They'll talk about you taking down that troll in the village, sir.
Oh, please tell me you have an answer for me about the butterfly.
Hello, Miss Willardsey. I did, and I followed them into the forest.
Oh, I see. Nonetheless, I'm grateful that you tried. It was very...
What are you doing out here?
Challenging you to a game of Summoner's Court. I think it's time you faced a real opponent, outside of Ronan's little lesson in charms class. Summoner's Court isn't just a game. It's a battle of skill. A test of a witch or wizard's mettle.
I'm in. Let's do it.
Brilliant! Summoner's Court. The ever-changing game. Accio. All in the wrist.
Accio.
Accio. Try to beat that. Not bad. Not bad. Accio. Nothing to it.
Accio.
I'll let you have that one. Wait, did I win? I won! We should have bet a few galleons on that round. Care to go again?
I'm game for another round.
Grand! You could use the practice. Summoner's Court. The ever-changing game. Accio. All in the wrist.
Accio.
That was one for the ages. Accio. Try to beat that. Lucky shot. Accio. Nothing to it.
Accio.
Not bad. Not bad. Tie game. At least you didn't beat me. We should have bet a few galleons on that round. Care to go again?
I'm game for another round.
Grand! You could use the practice. Summoner's Court. The ever-changing game. Accio. All in the wrist.
Accio.
That was one for the ages. Accio. Try to beat that. I'll let you have that one. Accio. Nothing to it.
Accio.
Lucky shot. Well done. You beat me. Bit of good luck, that's all.
Come now, Leander. There's no need for that.
Fine, you're good. Better than I am, at least. I'll let the others know you're good enough to keep playing.
The others?
I lost 7 matches in a row to Samantha Dale. The others who play Summoner's Court thought that if you couldn't beat me, you wouldn't be enough of a challenge.
Chin up, Leander. Keep practicing and you'll get better.
I suppose you're right. I'll let the others know that your metal's been tested, and that you passed.
Revelio. Revelio.
What do you mean you won't be coming?
I wonder if you might be able to help me with a small,
You wanted to speak with me?
I did. Hello, I'm Duncan Hobhouse. I've heard all about you, of course.
I suppose it must seem that way. I'm not sure it's justified. It's often been a matter of circumstance.
I'm going to presume your reputation is in fact warranted, in which case, you are precisely the person I need. You see, we were learning to repel boggarts in Professor Hecat's class, and, well, mine unfortunately took the shape of a puffskein.
They're adorable. Why would you be afraid of a puffskein?
They seem adorable until one sticks its tongue up your nose. Regardless of how reasonable I believe my fear of puffskeins to be, I'm beginning to get a reputation as a coward. Some have even taken to calling me Puffskein Dunkeen.
I'm sorry, but you have to admit that's rather clever.
I do not have to admit that. Everett said the same thing. Anyway, to make matters worse, I stupidly blurted out that I must be braver than people think, since I have been in the hidden herbology corridor. Yes, rumour has it that the herbology professor before Professor Garlic kept it supposedly so overrun now that I was hoping you could go there and bring back evidence that I say a bit of an exceptionally dangerous plant of some kind.
What sort of plants should I expect in the hidden herbology corridor?
If the previous professor was anything like her, I'd imagine they're not.
Very well. If I'm in the area, perhaps I shall take a look. Hidden herbology corridor. Sounds intriguing. Revelio. Levioso. Accio.
Imagine solving a riddle that I mentioned and then not telling.
Is everything all right?
Oh, hello. Thank you for asking. I'm Cressida, by the way. You see, I'm fond of creating my own charms. Thought I'd perfected my light as a feather charm to use on my library book. My arms get so tired carrying them around all day. But I must have confused the Latin word for feather with bird in my incantation, because when I opened my bag just now in the library, they literally took flight.
That sounds a rather complicated way to simply avoid carrying your books.
Possibly. But where's the fun in simplicity? New charms and spells have to come from someone. I collect the books and remove the charm myself, except this isn't the first time one of my charms has threatened the peace of the library. Our meet told Madame Scribner they were my books flying around, so she said that if I caused her any more trouble, she'd write to my parents. Perhaps you could get them for me. There are only 5. She won't be suspicious of...
Why did Army tell Madame Scribner that they were your books?
Oh, to be perfectly honest, I don't think he meant any harm. Amit spends a lot of time gazing at the stars, but...
I suppose I could help.
Oh, I'd very much appreciate it. If you could collect them and bring them to me...
Why does the Ministry require...
And have you seen how these professors look at your clothes? Black looks to me like I'm a boy.
Wish I could afford my own...
Revelio.
I think Defendo should be taught in the first year. Why stave off the mayhem?
Levioso. Confringo.
Rumor has it there's an abandoned manor near Bargain.
My sister organised Quidditch practice all summer to prepare for this year.
Revelio. Confringo. Incendio. Revelio. These dry vines are one spark away from becoming kindling. Confringo. Levioso. Accio. Confringo. This must be the entrance to the hidden herbology. Lumos. Devil's Snare seems to thrive in darkness. Perhaps it doesn't care for light. Confringo. Accio. Lumos. Expelliarmus. Incendio. Confringo. Lumos. Accio. Revelio. Lumos. Expelliarmus. Incendio. Lumos. 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 Seems the Devil's Snare was protecting a chest of some kind. Incendio. Revelio. Lumos. Incendio. Lumos. I imagine a piece of that enormous venomous tentacular would be enough for Duncan to prove his bravery. Revelio.
Hogwarts always has another.
Revelio.
You know it does hold on.
I find if I try
Have you found anything to, prove my...
Hello, Duncan. I have the proof you wanted.
That's one leaf. Must have been a giant venomous tentacula. It's even more than I expected. I knew you were the one to ask. I appreciate you getting it for me.
Of course.
This is sure to put an end to Puffskein Dunkeen for good when I show everyone in the common room tonight. This'll show Everett how ridiculous that nickname was. Thank you again, and thank you for all of your help. No more Puffskein Dunkeen for me.
I'm going to have to use Accio to get to those books. Accio. Got it. Only 4 more to go. This must be Cressida's diary. I'd want this back too if I were her. Revelio. Accio. Revelio. Revelio.
Reading can be as magical as anything.
Accio.
Why can't students
Revelio.
say that?
Accio. Revelio.
I could just have a butterbeer from a free room.
Accio. Revelio. Accio. Accio. Revelio. Accio. That's the last book. Now to take them back to Cressida. Hello, Cressida. I collected your books, including your diary.
Oh, what a relief! I'll happily take the heavy lot off your hand.
Here you are.
Well, lesson learned. I certainly won't be Now, to work out where... Perhaps I should start brushing up on... Thank goodness some people are trustworthy. Certainly wouldn't want anyone but me reading my diary.
Confringo!
Revelio. Revelio. Duncan owes his reputation to you.
A Daedalian key. I wonder where it might lead me.
Revelio.
There's the cabinet. How do I get this key in there? Brilliant. An old coin. Perhaps Nellie knows what it means.
Revelio. Revelio. Confringo.
Revelio. Hello, Nellie. I managed to get a Daedalian key into its lock.
Brilliant! What did you find in the cabinet?
A curious token of some sort.
Looks like some sort of house token. I bet it unlocks house chests. I call them house chests. I've seen the one in Gryffindor and heard they're also in the other common rooms as well. Keep an eye out. I do hope you continue on. For so much effort, the prize must be something grand.
I should see this through and find the Slytherin house chest. Lumos. Revelio. Seems I'll need to find more house tokens if I'm to open this. Quite a few by the look of it. Revelio. Revelio. Professor, what made you want to teach herbology?
How lovely of you to ask. I've always had an affinity for greenery, so this situation is a bit of a dream come true. After graduation, I was thrilled to be asked to step in for my old herbology professor. He'd had a slight accident, you see.
Oh dear. A shame for him, but it worked out well for you.
Well, he never cared, really cared for the plants, and they could sense it. Oh, you'd be surprised how perceptive a plant can be. At any rate, the trouble began one day when he cut into a wigan tree. Unfortunately for him, its leaves were hiding a bowtruckle. You may recall the marvellous creatures that resemble a twig. The little beast gouged the professor's eyes quite fiercely, but terrifying, I'd imagine. Likely for the professor, too.
And that's when you took over as the herbology professor?
Well, not quite. After 3 weeks at St. Mungo's, my predecessor regained a tiny bit of his eyesight. He insisted on returning to the greenhouse. Within a week, he claims by accident, kicked a Chinese chomping cabbage, so it was back to St. Mungo's for him.
A fair bit of bad luck there, I'd say.
Well, I felt awful for him, but I dare say I felt a bit more sympathy for the cabbage. Upon his discharge from the hospital, his indifference to plants had turned to utter disdain. He lost what little patience he had left with a particularly temperamental venomous tentacula and, well, his resulting leave of absence continues to this day.
I had no idea. How awful.
Last I heard, he'd gone to Romania. As rumour would have it, he developed a sudden interest in dragons. One can only hope he found more happiness working with them than he did with Flora. Lovely speaking with you. Have a wonderful day. Oh, and remember, be kind to your wigan trees.
What is the reason?
They're meant to help you hone your magical skills. Before we plant the seed, when you're finished with them, come and see me.
Handy.
Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade?
I'm told that last Clementine had you Welcome. Come on in. Now, where was I? Right. Oh, yes. No one can say I don't keep a stacked shelf.
Revelio. Revelio.
Come on inside. Oh, watch yourself, though. Let's have you leave here alive.
Revelio.
You're a force to be reckoned with, aren't you? Scaring all the goblins away. Such a wee bairn gieing a thrashing to a
Hello.
Oh, hello. Whew. Sorry I'm in a bit of a tizzy. I was just scolding some of the plants for spitting and nipping. I suppose it's my own fault for putting more than 4 to a tray. By the way, Beatrice Green is the name. Welcome to Dogweed and Deathcap. Oh, mind you don't knock the mandrakes. Oh, if there wasn't the constant demand for antidotes, I wouldn't need to stock so many. Except, of course, for curses. And, well, if you've been petrified, then obviously you've got... Mind you don't knock the mandrakes. Oh, if there's an uprooting, you'll be the next one to drop dead, and I'm in no mood for a clear-up.
Someone died here.
Aye. Fortunate, really, that it was just the one. Now then, how may I help you today?
I think I'll just have a look around for now.
Very well.
What do you have for sale?
Well, what say we show you some of what's available? Oh, I'm always thrilled when a young one makes a wise purchase. I can tell you'll go far. But your things will be safe with me, till they're sold. Then you'll have to make do with money. You followed a wee butterfly to a grand treasure, eh? Doors always open. You be sure to stop by soon.
Hogsmeade, here I come. Revelio. Revelio. Accio. Revelio. Not my fault you're a deadly great spider. Who lived here, I wonder? Revelio.
Thank you. Enjoy the show.
Revelio.
Upper Hogsfield is being terrorised by Ranrock royally. It's not right.
I should investigate.
Father Beaumont should have returned by now. Had by dark wizards he was.
Revelio. Not sure how I'd fare in a little place.
Shane Bardolph thought dark magic was the answer. I reckon Rookwood's played a hand in his disappearance.
But you trusted the wrong kind. And we see you about to echo. Nothing to poach in Arranger except spiders. Not worth the trouble if you ask me.
Simon's all finished. Expelliarmus!
Nothing more than luck.
Expelliarmus! Revelio.
Watching plants grow could be so interesting.
How wonderful to see you again.
Confringo! I've completed my assignments, Professor.
Pleased to hear it. Professor Weasley will be too. I'll be sure to let her know how well you're coming along.
Thank you, Professor.
Professor Hecat tells me she taught you Levioso, so you should be ready for a more advanced levitation charm. Wingardium Leviosa requires a bit of concentration and a nice, graceful wand movement. Let's see you try your hand at it. When executed correctly, you should be able to pick up boulders as though they were sprigs of sneezewort. Well done! Feel free to practice Wingardium Leviosa here in the greenhouse. I've set some crates out for you in the next room.
Wingardium Leviosa.
You're a natural.
Professor, I was wondering where you're from.
Oh, how nice of you.
That sounds lovely.
To some, yes. I used to dream of living in the country, but it wasn't until I came to... Mind you, it did take some time, and...
I suppose that makes sense.
Well, we each bloomed, and we each... You see, as a child, I knew nothing of witches or wizards. I spent a good deal of time alone.
I'm sorry the other students weren't more friendly.
Oh, but I've given you the wrong impression. On the contrary, I was shown great kindness. In fact, a 7th year took me under her wing during those first days. She remains one of my dearest friends.
How fortunate.
I was indeed. I dare say you'll find that the friends you make here at Hogwarts will last a lifetime. Now, I'd best get to my recent delivery from the Magic Neep. Mr. Teasdale promised me quite an assortment of seeds this week. Lovely to see you.
Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa.
I didn't hear anything.
He was humming again.
Oh, that's why you were so bothered.
Deke hasn't seen this many plants here before.
I've more to teach you about transfiguration, if you have a moment. I've more to teach you about transfiguration, if you have a moment.
Dick thinks you should be proud of all the potions you've brewed. He cannot believe how many beasts you have here.
I've more to teach you about transfiguration.
I'm ready for the next lesson, Professor.
Very well. First, you'll need to gather some moonstone. You can acquire it by vanishing items here in the Room of Requirement, or you can gather it carefully outside of the Hogwarts grounds. Return to me once you've gathered enough, and we shall begin the lesson.
I have the moonstone you requested, Professor.
Good. Then we may begin your lesson. You can conjure more than potions and herbology tables. Conjuration can be used to decorate this space to your liking. Why don't you try it on the walls and floor? It warms my heart to see your interest in herbology, dare I say, blossom.
Would you like to learn the knockback jigs flipendo? Once you've completed the necessary tasks, come and find me in the greenhouse.
Good work. Shall we move on?
I've conjured everything I can. What's next, Professor?
I think you're ready to take on alteration. The altering spell will allow you to customize any conjured item. You can change the colors, patterns, and styles of your furniture to suit your taste. Let's get started, shall we? Watch closely as I demonstrate how to perform the altering spell. Just aim your wand at any conjured item and perform the altering spell. Is it? It warms my heart to see your interest in herbology, dare I say, blossom.
Thinks you should be proud of all the potions you've brewed.
Accio.
Nicely done. Now you're ready for something a little more advanced. You can use the altering spell directly on the room's architecture. Try these new designs on the floor or balcony. Try aiming at the floor or at that balcony. Your space might benefit from a bit of ambiance, don't you think? Deke,
Of course, Professor Weasley. Professor Weasley showed Deke this bit of magic some years ago. Deke thinks you'll enjoy it. Come and talk to Deke when you're ready.
Professor Weasley said I should ask you about changing the rooms.
Of course. What sort of overall look most appeals to you?
I would like the room to feel as if it's being lit by the moon.
Oh, sounds perfect.
Quite a difference. Of course, you needn't keep this style if you don't like it. You can always ask Deke to change it back. Now you have learnt a good bit about alteration.
Thank you, Professor. The room is full of possibilities.
Indeed. No matter how much time I spend here, the room always manages to surprise me. An even bigger space.
How did that happen?
The room equips itself to your needs. It must have sensed that you needed more space to practice spellcasting. If you'd like to customize the space further, you can use these spellcrafts. You'll find more of them both inside and outside the school.
Thank you, Professor. I shall keep an eye out.
Good. I'll leave you to it. This is your space now. Use it wisely.
Revelio. Dee cannot believe how many beasts. I'd like to ask you about changing the room. Of course. I'd like the room to feel mysterious. Oh, sounds perfect. Of course. I'd like... Oh, sounds... Revelio.
We have the most annoying of all the...
Revelio. Incendio. Confringo. Incendio.
I was hoping to see you.
You're back.
Finally. Minister Spavin talks more than he listens. Ranted on and on about rogue dragons. Wouldn't listen to a word about goblins. Speaking of which...
Listen, Professor. So much happened while you were away. I received a flurry of messages from Professor Black's house elf, Scrope.
Scrope sent you messages?
Yes. I thought it was odd too. He asked me to meet him and then told me to take the toast.
Why would you want to take toast?
To a cave under the lake. That's where I found Richard Jackdaw's ghost.
Who on earth is Richard Jackdaw?
He was a student here long ago. Anyway, he told me about a secret cavern. I went there, and right next to Jackdaw's skeleton, I found the missing pages.
You found the pages?
I did. And because Jackdaw had followed the map they contained, when I found the pages, I found the location on the map. Believe it or not, it's a room below Hogwarts.
Why am I not surprised? Shall we?
I was hoping you'd say that. Oh, and we'll need to bring the book. The room is called the Map Chamber, by the way. And the portrait of Percival Rackham awaits us there.
Professor Rackham. I look forward to meeting him. How did this Jackdaw get the pages from the book?
Evidently, Peeves stole them, and Jackdaw stole them from him.
Oh, Peeves. To think it was beneath us all this time. This looks promising. Map. There's Hogsmeade. And over here, the Forbidden Forest. And, of course, Hogwarts. It's magnificent. If only you were here to see this.
Hello, Professor Rackham. We've placed the book on the pedestal, as you asked. And this is my mentor, Professor Fig.
How do you do, Professor Fig? And you, my young friend, see now why you needed to return with the book?
I do. I also see why you refer to this room as the map chamber.
That you have come this far tells me that you possess extraordinary magical ability, the potential and power of which will unlock should you prove yourself worthy. The location of each of 4 trials will, in time, appear on the map. Trials that will test you and give you access to invaluable knowledge. Trials that you must complete on your own. Do you recall the pensive memory you viewed in my vault in Gringotts?
I do recall seeing the memory, but I don't remember all of the details.
My friend Charles and I spoke of the portkey and of trials we'd created for one who could see traces of ancient magic. Charles is another of the keepers, a designation we gave ourselves centuries ago, in light of the knowledge that we have been bound to keep hidden. Until perhaps now.
So, the passage from your ruins to Gringotts, everything in the vault, the restricted section, finding this room, none of these was a trial.
They were an important part of the journey, but they were not trials themselves. The fact that you have come this far, however, bodes well. The trials were designed to ensure that the power and knowledge we have kept secret for so long does not fall into the wrong hands. They will test your abilities, both innate and learned. But of equal importance, everything you witness as you complete the trials will inform what you choose to do with all that we share. You will need patience. The trials have much to teach you. It will take time.
I'm afraid we don't have the luxury of time.
We have waited this long, Professor Fig. Surely a few more.
Respectfully, sir, while I do not know the secret you keep, I do know that our young friend here has seen traces of a powerful dark magic being wielded by goblin kind. And we encountered an uncommonly powerful goblin wielding such magic as we prepared to leave your vault at Gringotts. We may already be too late.
This is grave news indeed. Young friend, do you trust Professor Fig?
I do.
Then, in the light of your considerable skill and all you have already accomplished, we shall begin. You will find the location of the first trial marked on the map below you. Whilst Professor Fig may assist you in locating the trials, they may be completed only by one with our ability.
Shall we have a look? I know that tower. It's not far. You may have seen it yourself.
I don't think I have. Perhaps your young friend is not as well traveled as you think.
As your mentor, the least I can do is go ahead to make sure it is safe. Join me as soon as you can.
You said that you know that tower. What can you tell me about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. I've passed it dozens of times. It's north of Hogsmeade. My recollection is that it seems abandoned. Clearly, however, the tower conceals more than meets the eye.
I'll find you at the tower as soon as I can.
Until then, be careful, and do not tell anyone where you're going.
It's time you learned, Iglesias, the freezing spell. It is an efficient way to cool down a heated situation.
But first, I will need you to complete a few tasks. Once you've done that, come and see me.
Brownlock's loyalists are a menace. What can be done?
I couldn't help but overhear.
I did. Never imagined they'd act this deadly. I'm Claire Beaumont, by the way.
Nice to meet you.
Ranrock and his followers have set up camp here. No regard for our beloved hamlet or our livelihoods. Ruthless. My brother Bardolph dared to stand up to them and ended up in St. Mungo's. I'm simply at my wit's end.